Hello and welcome to episode 4 of this Quest for the Orb, Inherit the Earth Let's Play.
I have no idea what it's called still.
You really need to learn. I'm going to keep telling you the name of the game as we play.
Okay.
Okay, so previously, do you remember what happened?
I was actually just trying to remember what happened. I think we tricked a rat.
Tricked a rat.
And now I'm wearing a cloak.
Yep.
And I've got to go through this corridor, but I don't remember where I'm going.
You're going to the rat land. The rat caves, that's all it says.
Okay, we have no purpose for going to the rat caves?
I'm sure we have a purpose, I just don't know what it is.
Okay. I was also trying to remember what these things were that we had down here.
Plaster cast, which we got from...
Oh, that's meant to be a foot, I remember.
Yeah. Cloak, which you're wearing.
Yeah.
And it's still somehow in your inventory as well. Even though your regular clothes aren't in your inventory.
A gold ring with a wolf's head crest. I don't remember where we got that.
You got that in the mud. And you fell over into that.
Oh, yes.
King. Found a cup.
Yes, which you got angry at me for picking
Didn't
up.
get angry about, but yep.
I think you did a bit.
Empty bucket.
And some sour berries. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Follow the passage. Northeast, then southeast, then northeast again.
I don't think we have much choice at the moment. Here we go. What did you say? Northeast?
Northeast, so that's, yeah.
This way.
Northeast. Then neither of these things are southeast. That's north, really. Go through this door.
I don't think it's this way.
No.
This is just a square. You want to go in here? This looks like the same room to
Same room,
me.
doesn't it? Yeah. There's a bit where it says through the rings.
Well, those seem to be ring type things.
Travel northeast and stay on that path. This is very bad. Why would you have this much stuff that's got absolutely nothing in it?
Yeah. I'm just randomly walking now. Hopefully in the right direction. We can always cut this out if everything goes wrong. Nope. Maybe we should have tricked the rat man into giving us a map.
It just says go through the rings.
Maybe we were meant to take the first time that we didn't take. There's a lot of rings here.
There are.
So I think go through the rings is probably not that useful. Who was that?
It was a rat.
Well, my disguise obviously works.
Yeah. Which is strange, as you're clearly a fox. There's some more rings. Let's go for those. We're very, very northeast now.
This looks awfully familiar.
Oh.
Ah, this looks good.
A door without a room next to it. You're not very good at opening doors.
It's not working.
I guess you are a fox.
Ooh.
I've got trivia for this room.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh, it's a bit aggressive. Back when they had the did you watch Lazy Game Review's DRM thing? I'm not sure you watched that one. You might have been out.
I don't think I did.
Back in the day, to do DRM, they used to just have manuals, and you had to just put a word in through the manual.
Oh, I think I did watch this.
And this game had one, and then later on, not exactly in the GOG release, but just before that, they took it out. So there used to be a rat here that asked questions that you could only find out in the manual.
I see.
So they removed the rat, and now there's just an empty room.
I see. That's why we're just going to walk through an empty room now.
There is actually a point for them drawing this whole room. It's a DRM
Which way
room.
is out?
You know remember how we learned how to get out? Yep. Just maybe there? Well, you're in a different place.
Okay.
Don't go crazy. Don't go wandering off.
Well, last time it wasn't much use. I
Didn't
just
have
wandered
much.
around.
After answering the... Oh, you can't answer the question, there's no rat there. Cross the screen and exit to the right. Travel southwest to the candles. And then go southeast past a bookcase. This is really crap. Because there's candles and bookcases everywhere.
Yeah.
Southeast is going to be like... It should be that... Yeah, it should be down there. Past the bookcase.
Why don't they just
Well, there's
use
a bookcase.
left and right?
I don't know. It would make it much easier. Stop.
Come on.
I'm looking, I'm reading. Then southwest, northwest past 3 bookcases. So that's southwest down there. And then northwest is that way. And you should find 3 bookcases. Look,
Way.
perfect. Stop. Don't turn. So you get to the end of a corridor to Sist's room. Look at that. Does that animation
You
actually...
can take off that cloak now, young fox.
This one is smart.
Hmm.
You must have had a long journey. So tell me, how did you manage to get past the doorkeeper?
My friends and I provided him with a diversion.
Quite clever.
I love how clever I
But
sound.
then I could tell
Yeah.
you were clever at the puzzle tournament.
Aha, so that's where we have met before.
Yes. I am called Sist, and I was there to witness your defeat at the hands of Scory.
Scory was lucky.
Sometimes all that stands between a winner and a loser is a little bit of luck.
Just called you a
Now
loser.
then, why are you here?
I hate the way that they stare at us sometimes when they're talking.
It's really off-putting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was deliberately like meant to be like it's a stage and you're breaking the fourth wall and they're meant to be like side monologue things. I don't know what they're called. I don't do acting.
Side monologue.
You know when an actor in like a Shakespearean play looks at the audience, there's a name for it.
I don't know what you're talking
Well, there is
about.
you know what I mean though.
Yeah, I
Right.
got it.
I don't know whether that was deliberate or whether it was
Or whether it was just bad animation.
no, whether it was just there because they thought that it looked good.
It doesn't.
No, it looks stupid.
Let's discuss the orb.
My friends and I are investigating the disappearance of the Orb of Storms. We are at a loss as to where to start, and have heard that you know many things. Can you help us?
We have knowledge, but we are not clairvoyant. We must have clues, something to go on. Have you any clues?
Well, we found the
I
footprint.
found what
Yes.
might be a clue.
Let me see it then.
I have made a plaster cast of a footprint found at the scene of the theft. Can you identify it?
It looks familiar. I will have to consult with some of my associates. At any rate, it will not be enough for a positive identification. What other clues have you?
The ring, I guess.
I found this ring at the bottom of the
Didn't even
Boar
need the
King's
guides.
mud bath.
What were you doing in his...
Never mind, it's a long story.
Ah, this is good. This is very good. I mean, this is bad. Do you know what this ring means?
It has the head of a wolf on it, so I assume it belongs to a member of the wolf tribe.
I'm a genius, aren't I?
It is more than that. This insignia is that of a wolf captain. That means there have been military meetings between the wolf and the boar.
How do you know the ring wasn't stolen? Or maybe the wolf captain lost it?
First, the wolf captain is constantly surrounded by guards. You cannot steal from him. Secondly, the ring cannot be lost because it is never taken off, except under very special circumstances, like the pledging of a very solemn troth.
What kind of troth?
It is that which fills me with fear. Whatever unholy alliance has been formed between the wolf and the boar, it can only mean trouble for the rest of the tribes. And I believe it all revolves around the missing orb.
Then it is all the more important you tell me what I need to know.
That guy seems to have jumped to a lot of conclusions then.
I was going to say, that was a lot of circumstantial evidence going on there.
I think maybe that rat's got an agenda.
You can't possibly lose it because you never take it off ever, and it can't possibly be stolen.
What if the wolf just lost some weight and it fell off?
Yeah. Possible. More absurd than his reasoning, I think.
Well, the idea of a wolf being able to wear a ring is probably not particularly logical.
Why has he got a giant loo roll on his desk?
I think that was parchment.
Is that how you keep parchment?
Probably not.
It seems wasteful.
Let's have a look at it.
No, you're not allowed to look at it.
Oh.
You can look at the scrolls underneath, though.
You sure have a lot of stuff in here.
How rude. Okay, what are we going to do now?
Oh, let me find out. I think you still got to talk to him because he ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, but let me see.
You sure have a lot of stuff in here.
You just keep clicking on things while I read the guide.
Yeah,
and
but
keep saying the same thing over and over again.
You sure have a lot of stuff in here.
It's just really lazy.
Yeah.
Given the size of the game, given...
The guide, read the guide.
Right, I'm angry. Yeah, you still keep talking to him?
Okay.
Anything more I can do for you?
Yeah, that one, I guess?
Have you any clues?
Open clues.
I found what might be a clue.
I think...
Let me see it then. Give me what you have and I'll try to help.
No. No. He asked you for clues, blah blah blah. He will inform you that the footprints belong to a raccoon. No, he didn't. Did I miss that?
Spoilers?
Did you, you've given it to him now, right?
Yeah.
And what did he say? He was like, I'll just keep that.
He said it wasn't enough to make a positive identification.
Well, it's a raccoon.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I think you have to leave.
Okay.
Oh my god, you have to walk all the way back. I'm just going to cut the video here, and we will edit it so that we don't have to walk all the way back through. Well, you do.
Yes, I do.
Okay, that took like 5 minutes.
Yes.
We're going to the house.
The house.
Yes.
The only house.
Had ample opportunity to read a guide where you were wandering around getting lost. You thought the village was hard. Yeah, it's quite a nice house.
It is quite a nice house. Let's find out who lives there.
Hello, sir. We've come to Forever Mountain in
It's a
hope
dog.
of peering into the wildlands, that we might have some sort of idea where we are going.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Tycho Northpaw.
You seem to have an excellent view up here. Have you had occasion to do much observation of the wildlands?
Indeed I have. In fact, I have made maps of part of them.
Indeed, most interesting.
I am both an astronomer and cartologist.
Cartologist?
A map maker.
Our new friend is a map maker.
It's very important. He said it in capitals.
Yes, maybe that means he's going to make us a map.
Your voice didn't change, but you definitely said it in capitals.
Yeah.
Can you make maps by just looking out of your window, though?
Well, you can make a rough map. It might not be particularly accurate in terms of distances, but you can make
I'd like
a
to
map
see the
that's
map you draw looking out of our window.
Well, we don't have a window on the top of a mountain.
You can see a road. That's it. You can see about 15 metres
You
of
can
road.
see a road and a tree.
A tree.
I think I've worked out what's so strange about these animations. It's the fact that they feel the need to walk in between sentences, but they can't talk and walk at the same time.
They're being dramatic. Dramatic pulls and then walking along.
It's not dramatic though, it's just awkward.
You can tell this guy is a cartographer because he has a map of the solar system. He has a map of what looks like the Earth shooting a big black street lamp into the sun. Here's a globe.
That's your entire evidence, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a tripod, which I assume is meant to have a telescope on it.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could tell us something about the wildlands.
I will tell you what I know of the wildlands. It is a place of great danger. It is also a place of great magnificence. There are hostile tribes, treacherous terrain, and roaming reptiles. It is also a land of great beauty and power.
It sounds like a truly wondrous place.
I could just as easily be describing the known lands.
But it sounds very different.
In some ways, the wildlands are very different from the known lands. In some ways, they are very similar.
Well, that was useful.
Hmm.
Many fear the wildlands and say they are full of unspeakable dangers.
That is only fear of the unknown. If you make the unknown known, the fear has nowhere to take root.
Can you give us any suggestions for our journey?
Keep all of your senses on alert, especially your common sense. You will need them.
Have you ever been to the wildlands yourself?
I have not. With my impaired sense of smell, I am at somewhat of a disadvantage in the wilds. I do, however, occasionally encounter a traveler who has been through the wildlands, and he will supply me with information.
Why are we suddenly so interested in the wildlands?
Maybe we're going to the Wildlands?
Worst foreshadowing ever.
Yeah.
How much of the wildlands can be seen from this mountain?
That is hard to say. I cannot see as much as I used to when I had my light catcher. However, no one I have met has ever reached the other side and returned to tell their story.
That was a bit strange.
Yes, the wildlands are a fascinating place, but there are some other things to discuss. Tell us about yourself. How did you come to live here on the edge of the wildlands?
I was born a member of the dog tribe and raised to be a hunter. However, that career was cut short. You see, I suffer from hay fever, which not only renders my sense of smell useless, but on the hunt, my sneezing had a tendency to alert the prey to our presence. I soon became quite a liability to the hunting party.
I'm terribly sorry. That must have been quite difficult for you.
Not really. True, the other members of the tribe soon ostracized me, but I was never much of a hunter anyway. My heart just wasn't in it. I was much more interested in the stars. I would lie on my back night after night and watch them into the early hours of the morning. I charted their progress across the sky and studied them until I knew each and every one by heart. So I decided to become an astronomer.
What led you to Forever Mountain?
The king of the dog tribe at the time, Rex, had no use for astronomy. He considered it a waste of time. All he cared about was the hunt. So after I was ostracized, I decided to find the highest mountain I could from which to gaze at the stars. And that was here, Forever Mountain.
Put his own house then, I guess?
Yeah. Also, is he wearing a dressing gown?
What did you find
definitely
when you
is.
first arrived here?
I found this building.
Oh,
Just
no.
this building? Nothing more?
Oh yes, there were many other things.
What kind of things?
Instruments for seeing the stars. Light catchers, I call them. I believe they were actually left here by the humans before they ascended.
What makes you think they were left by humans?
The items I found are far beyond our own technology.
And you actually believe all of these humans ascended to the land of the clouds?
Actually, I believe the humans ascended to the moon.
What?
The image we see on the moon? That is actually the face of a human. I believe they carved it there so we would know that they are always looking down on us, watching us and caring for us. Someday they will return.
And when will that be?
When we are good enough, when we have learned enough, when we have stopped fighting amongst ourselves and learned to live in peace. Only then will we be worthy.
I find that hard to believe.
Then what do you believe in, my young friend?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Ah.
That's all very interesting, of
You have
course,
some
but
very
there are a few
interesting
other
conversations
things
that
we'd
don't
like
seem to,
discuss.
Yeah.
And apparently you never actually find out what happens to the humans anyway.
Oh,
Um,
it would have been a bit of a big story.
yeah, they interviewed the people that made it afterwards, and apparently they all died from like a biological virus.
That didn't affect
Attack.
any kind of animal.
Well, at some point they made all the animals magic, and then they died. But
Why didn't they make themselves magic?
I don't know. I don't know why they had the technology to turn animals into people, but not the technology to cure themselves from a virus. But I think
Not very logical, was it?
there was going to be like a second or third game, and I think maybe you might have just gone to the moon then and met the humans on the moon or something.
Right.
So it's an easy way of saying, oh, there's no more humans because they're all dead.
I'm guessing that he's going to give us a map now.
No, you need to ask him about the light catcher.
You mentioned something called a light
It's
catcher.
actually a telescope.
What is that?
Ah,
Really?
my light
Yep.
catcher. It is an instrument I found in this house.
Stole.
It makes objects that are far away seem close at hand. It makes the stars seem so close you could reach up and touch them. It makes the moon look as if it were right next door.
What a wonderful apparatus. May we see it?
I will show it to you, but I'm afraid the instrument itself is broken. About 8 moons ago, I had it on my desk. A strong wind blew through my window, blowing papers to the floor and taking my light catcher with it. Part of it shattered, and it has not worked since. It still pains me to think about it.
What part broke?
This small, round, clear part. It cracked in half.
And you've been unable to repair it?
I'm afraid so.
That is most unfortunate. Such an instrument would help us greatly on our quest.
What? What are we going to do with it?
We could spy.
Can you use telescopes to spy on the land, though? I mean, they're designed to see things hundreds of thousands of miles away. I imagine if you
Yeah.
you want a good pair of binoculars, really. Google Maps.
Well, maybe we could spy up here on, like, the boar. That's quite far away.
Yeah, I suppose.
There are a few other things we'd like to discuss.
I think we can leave now.
Go on.
Well, surely we have to ask him about a map, and he'll say he can't make one unless he has his light catcher, and then we'll go find something to fix it.
Well, if you think you know better than the guide, you go for it.
Well, the guy just told us that the rat was going to tell us it was a raccoon, and he didn't do that.
That's true. Ask him.
How did you come to
yeah.
make these maps?
From my vantage point here on the mountain, I would look through my light catcher to the wild lands below. I saw the hills and the valleys. If I saw an area of thick vegetation, I knew there must be water nearby. If it was a round, contained area, it was a lake. If it was a long, extended area, it was a river or stream. If at night I saw a fire, I assumed it must either be a campfire or a village. The size of the fire and the consistency of its occurrence told me which.
Take the map, yeah.
Perhaps you would lend us the use of your map.
There's no point in getting a map until we have some idea of what direction we're going.
You're
Why?
probably right.
So that's what maps are for.
Well,
Take
if
the
we
map,
took
yeah.
the map, and then when we worked out where we're going, we don't have to come all the way back here.
Well, at least coming back here involves you going through one screen.
Yeah.
It's not like going back to the rat guy where you have to walk through the entire
Yeah.
rat tunnel. Okay,
We'll be on our way.
Good luck to you.
the guide says... Ask him questions and get him to agree to trade a map for a pairing of his light catcher lens. This is going really wrong. Because the next bit is to give the lens to the glass dude in the village, and we don't have a lens.
Well, should I try and talk to him again?
Steal it. Steal the map. Is that a map?
No, it's just a scrap of paper. I'm gonna talk to him again while you're looking
Hello,
at the
sir.
guide.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you still here?
That was a bit sarcastic.
Have you something else to ask me?
We haven't asked him about the wildlands, have we?
We have. We spent a really long time talking about the
but
wildlands.
have we asked him about the wildlands underneath the map bit?
Perhaps you would lend us the use of...
There's no...
Shut up, you
You're
stupid deer. Why wouldn't you just give us
We'll
the
be
map?
Good
I
luck.
don't know how, knowing that the fingerprints were raccoons, or maybe the raccoons live in the wildlands and then this suddenly all makes a lot of sense. But we'll never know.
No.
Right. I think we'll stop it there, and I'll try and repair this horrible mess that you've created.
I haven't created it, I was just doing what I was told.
Okay, we will see you next time. Hopefully, we can figure out
Yeah, else we'll just give up
What's
and
the
play
name?
something new.
what's the name of the game.
I don't know what the name of the game is.
Come on, try. What are you doing?
Quest for the orb. And it's something about woodland.